to the stone. Nene and Birkin, designer with comments, she poppin' too. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them dollars, she coming with me. She ain't gon' waste no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on the shit. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Rolex studded with stones and flooded gems.
Unorthodox speed.
She ain't gon' waste no time. 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 She ain't gon' waste nothing. Rolex is steady with stones and gems. And she ain't gon' waste no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on that shit. And she ain't gon' waste no. On the road, she gon' get it. Duffel bag, she come equipped. Fully loaded and extended. She ain't gon' wait no time. Pulling out the light and it brand new. The bag on the arm cost a whip too. Half flip to the side, nails done too. Feet gon' match, little baby so cute. Ooh, she ain't gon' waste. Pull up in the wood, speed race. Drop the top, hop in, let me chase you. Girl like to play tag with you, it's basic. You come through. Designer on you like you. Girl, if it's a secret, I'm immune. With the heavens up above from you. Designer with comments, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' wait no time. If you got them dollars, she comin' with you. She ain't gon' wait no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no time. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' wait no time. No. She ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' wait no time. Nah, she ain't gon' waste no. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' waste no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no.
Get that ass a round of applause, she bought it. She gon' wear a crown hard and say that she got it. She gon' shake that ass for the hustlers in the bottom. Shout out to her cousin and the friends, they taught her. She got her degree like a granny and her mama. Fuck them little niggas, you don't want them, you don't need them. Don't trust the white man, they all just greedy. Don't trust these bitches, still gossip your secrets. Let's stay wet like a string she licking. You got a big bag where her bag is deeper. Give a nigga chills like Jeepers, Creepers. Eyes wide shut, but shorty still peeping. Big Draco with a drum, she keepin'. Big Draco with a drum, she get her ass around.
Designer with comments, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' wait no time. If you got them comments, she comin' with me. And she ain't gon' waste no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on the shit. And she ain't gon' wait no time. The Rolex is flooded with stones and gems. My God. It's on it. It's laced to the stone. Nene and Birkin, she on it. Designer with comments, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them dollars, she comin' with me. She ain't gon' wait no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' waste no time. Rolex studded with stones and flooded gems.
Unorthodox speed.
She ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' waste no time. She ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' waste no time. She ain't gon' wait nothing. Rolex is steady with stones and gems. And she ain't gon' waste no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on that shit. And she ain't gon' wait no. On the road, she gon' get it. Duffel bag, she come equipped. Fully loaded and extended. She ain't gon' wait no time. Pulling out the light and it brand new. The bag on the arm cost a whip too. Half flip to the side, nails done too. Feet gon' match, little baby so cute. Ooh, she ain't gon' waste. Pull up in the wood, speed race. Drop the top, hop in, let me chase you. Girl like to play tag with you, it's basic. You come through. Designer on you like you. Girl, if it's a secret, I'm immune. With the heavens up above from you. Designer with comments, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' wait no time. If you got them dollars, she comin' with you. She ain't gon' wait no time. She Nene and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no time. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' wait no time. No. She ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' wait no time. Nah, she studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' waste no.
Get that ass a round of applause, she bought it. She gon' wear a crown hard and say that she got it. She gon' shake that ass for the hustlers in the bottom. Shout out to her cousin and her friends, they taught her. She got her degree like a granny and her mama. Fuck them little niggas, you don't want them, you don't need them. Don't trust the white man, they all just greedy. Don't trust these bitches, they'll gossip your secrets. Lips stay wet like a string she licking. You got a big bag where her bag is deeper. Give a nigga chills like Jeepers, Creepers. Eyes wide shut, but shorty still peeping. Big Draco with a drum, she keepin'. Big Draco with a drum, she get her ass around.
Designer is coming, she poppin' tabs. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them coming, she coming with them. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. And she ain't gon' waste no time. The Rolex is flooded with stones and gems. My God. It's on it. Let's do the stones. Nene and Birkin, she on it. Designer with karma, she poppin' tails. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them dollars, she coming with me. She ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' waste no time. Rolex studded with stones and flooded gems.
Unorthodox speak.
She ain't gon' waste no time. 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 Rolex is steady with stones and gems. She ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on that shit. And she ain't gon' waste no. On the road, she gon' get it. Duffel bag, she come equipped. Fully loaded and extended. She ain't gon' wait no time. Pulling out the light and it brand new. The bag on the arm cost a whip too. Half flip to the side, nails done too. Feet gon' match, little baby so cute. Ooh, she ain't gon' waste. Pull up in the wood, speed race. Drop the top, hop in, let me chase you. Girl like to play tag with you, it's basic. You come through. Designer on you like you. Girl, if it's a secret, I'm immune. With the heavens up above from you. Designer with karma, she poppin' tails. And she ain't gon' wait no time. If you got them dollars, she coming with you. She ain't gon' wait no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no time. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' wait no time. 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 Nah, she ain't gon' waste no. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' waste no.
Get that ass a round of applause, she bought it. She gon' wear a crown hard and say that she got it. She gon' shake that ass for the hustlers in the bottom. Shout out to her cousin and her friends, they taught her. She got her degree like a granny and her mama. Fuck them little niggas, you don't want them, you don't need them. Don't trust the white man, they all just greedy. Don't trust these bitches, they'll gossip your secrets. Lips stay wet like a string she licking. You got a big bag where her bag is deeper. Give a nigga chills like Jeepers, Creepers. Eyes wide shut, but shorty still peeping. Big Draco with a drum, she keepin'. Big Draco with a drum, she get her ass around.
Designer is coming, she poppin' tails. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them coming, she coming with them. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. And she ain't gon' waste no time. The Rolex is flooded with stones and gems. My God. It's on it. Let's do the stones. Nene and Birkin, she on it. Designer with karma, she poppin' tails. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them dollars, she coming with me. She ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' waste no time. Rolex studded with stones and flooded gems.
Unorthodox speak.
She ain't gon' waste no time. 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 she on that shit. And she ain't gon' wait, no. On the road, she gon' get it. Duffel bag, she come equipped. Fully loaded and extended. She ain't gon' wait no time. Pulling out the light and it brand new. The bag on the arm cost a whip too. Half flip to the side, nails done too. Feet gon' match, little baby so cute. Ooh, she ain't gon' waste. Pull up in the wood, speed race. Drop the top, hop in, let me chase. Girl like to play tag with you, it's basic. You come through. Designer on you like you. Girl, if it's a secret, I'm immune. With the heavens up above from you. Designer with comments, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' wait no time. You got them dollars, she coming with. She ain't gon' wait no time. Shanae and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no time. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' wait no time. Nah, she ain't gon' wait no time. She ain't gon' wait no time. Nah, she ain't gon' waste no. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' waste no time. Shanae.
Yo, what's up, everybody? We back with another Music Monday. On this Monday, y'all smash that like button and sub to the channel if you haven't done so already. Of course, my name is Jeremy Jones, and y'all know I make content about sneakers, occasional try-on hauls, and of course, this is Music Monday. Y'all see the topic, and I'm gonna let my homie go ahead and introduce himself.
Yo, what's going on, everybody, man? You guys know me. It's Dev Dunks. Hope everybody's enjoying this Memorial Day, this extra day off, man. I was talking to Polo behind the scenes, and let's just say I'm definitely enjoying mine. Hope everybody else is too. Special shout out to my boy Manny. Happy birthday. Hope you're enjoying your day, man. I don't know if you're on the live today. You know, it's understandable if you're
lobsters and scrimps.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of understandable if he excuses himself today. We got to give him that one. So but for sure, happy birthday to Manny. If you guys didn't know, or if you didn't tell him happy birthday, make sure you show him some love in the Discord, man. He's a very active user, very active member on the Discord and in the lives. So, let's just, appreciate that brother. Show him some love today, man. Happy birthday, Manny. Hope you're enjoying your day, my man. But yeah, besides that, my day's going good,
Most definitely. Salutes to Manny. Happy birthday to Manny with the kicks, man. As always, definitely smash the like button, man. And sign up for the Sold Out Discord. It is pinned up in the comment section as well, man. It is free to sign up. We talk more than just sneakers. We talk a little bit of everything. But tonight's topic, man, one that's been one I could say we've been kind of, I ain't gonna say avoiding, but just getting the timing right for this joint, man. We talking your boy Diddy.
Oh yeah. Is it so? Okay, before we even get deep into this thing, before we even slice into this thing, how
What
far?
you
What's the limit? Are there no bars?
Yeah, no. When have I? If I put it out there,
mean,
you're not gonna follow it anyway.
I don't want to. I don't want to say some things that may get some people in their feelings about him. But I'm not gonna do the usual how I would like if it's just us talking or if we're doing like a little admin stuff. But I'll definitely let everybody know how I feel about him. I'm pretty sure at this point, majority of the people already know.
Dunks is not a Diddy fan, everybody. Just FYI, Dunks is not a Diddy fan, just for the record, right? Okay. But we're here to debunk that and to play devil's I'm gonna play devil's advocate because Dunks knows that's just what I do. But I
sorry to cut you off too, because this is gonna be a big key part too before we get started. Just know that me and Polo don't mean it. Just know that.
This is all alleged in the opinion.
No, I'm saying it may feel like it's getting heated. It may feel like, damn, they're going at each other.
But yeah, it's a thing. Me and Dunks can have a debate back and forth where it looks like we're about to fight, but we know, like, at the point where we would never fight each other over somebody we never met. You know what I mean? Let's just keep it 100.
It may feel like it's going to get to that point, but just know that it's all debate. And at the end of the day, after this live is over, I can call him and talk to him like we never even had that discussion on the live. So
exactly,
just to get that out there, so nobody think that
the
full disclaimer, so nobody think that this may be the end of Sold Out. They really going at it.
Nah, man, we ain't going nowhere, man.
Exactly.
I see Manny did pull up in the building, says Yerp and salutes to the Sold Out family. What up, Manny?
Hey,
Happy
what's up,
birthday.
man? Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, my man.
Most definitely, man. See you eating good.
Oh
But
yeah. Oh yeah.
we talking Diddy, man, and we can it's kind of hard to even pick a way to really start this. Now, I want to start out by giving Diddy his flowers before Dunk start to just basically debunk everything that I try to give him credit for.
No,
Um,
I will give him his flowers, and that's one thing I won't take away from him. Like what he did musically, for some people, good, but we'll get on those other people later.
most definitely. Now, to play, like to say this, right? For greatest producer of all times, he can hold that title.
The
One
greatest
of
producer, one of maybe.
executive producer.
Yeah,
If we're gonna
exactly,
be
exactly.
executive.
Like I say, I'm not gonna take his music credits, his music accolades away from him because he did do a lot of things, and he did contribute a lot to the '90s and 2000s wave of music. Can't take that away from him, So
And to the best of my knowledge, I think the only artists that are left on the Bad Boy roster, I think there's only three. To the best of my, and I'm talking to date. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. This is all alleged. I believe there's MGK, that's Machine Gun Kelly. We have French Montana, and then I think there's another artist, is a female artist. I think it's like Janae Monet or something like that. But
Janelle
don't,
Monae,
yeah,
Janelle Monae,
yeah,
what? She really? But you
yeah.
know what though? If you think about that, go into that. All those three people he named are three people that could pop out at any moment and have attention on them. And it doesn't matter what they're doing. It don't matter if they're making music or in the headlines for personal reasons or in the headlines for just out doing just normal stuff. They're gonna, those three people are guaranteed they're money makers, you know? They're his oil machines, and that's all he needs. MGK, Janelle Monae, French Montana. They're still very big people in the industry.
We could say this: if they, in my opinion, if we're gonna go off the history of Diddy, if they're not money making machines, they won't be there long.
No, very true. Very true.
Just to keep it 100, and that go ahead.
As much as, like I say, once again, another one. As much as I don't not, as much as I don't like real. I don't want to say not like, but I don't really as much as I'm not feeling MGK. Um, he's there for a reason, you know.
He's
There
he's
for a
putting up,
reason.
yeah.
And like I say, for the whether it's the headlines he's making with his girlfriend or the headlines he's making for his music, still very popular topic, very interesting character, and he'll still make headlines. And like you said, they wouldn't be there if they weren't making money. They weren't bringing Diddy some type of success.
And no matter how you slice and dice it, if you tell Diddy to get in this, come in that studio and executive produce something and make it out a hit, he's gonna give you a hit. Point blank, period.
Yeah.
Now we can now to debunk all that. Executive producing, to the best of my knowledge, means it's like a pre-made beat. He comes in and makes it better. Now he gets credit, allegedly, right?
Yeah, but doesn't he like own Bad Boy? Right?
Yes. And so I did a little bit of research before this live too, because I didn't just want to go ahead and freestyle this joint. So I noticed a similar story between all the artists that have had beef with Diddy. And let's just say, out of all his major artists, I'll say this, right? 95% have had an issue later on once their career cooled down, right? Now, whose fault is that? And we can talk about this just in general, not even talking Diddy right now. This is just alleged, but is it their fault because they didn't read the full fine print of what they actually signed, or is it Diddy's fault for selling them something that they thought was on paper, but it really wasn't on paper once they realized once their career cooled down? Because the issue from what I'm getting, right, and this is all alleged, is that Diddy signs these guys, and while they're hot and traveling, they're making great money. But where he gets his money on the back end, and I'm pretty sure this is probably all record labels, is he owns 100% of the publishing 9 times out of 10. Meaning while people are still using your music for soundtracks and or sampling the song. That's all goes to him allegedly. Like he okay, cool.
Because he's the one who signed. He's the one who owns that, so he's the one that can sign on the usage of that.
Right. Yeah.
You have no control over, like I say, that, and that's fucked up because your movie, sorry, your music could be in something like, let's take one of the biggest movie things in the world, like Star Wars. That's
Sure.
that's one of the biggest movie franchises in the world. Yeah, you know, to have an opportunity for you, like your music to be on something like that would take you to limits that you thought you'd never see. But because you got somebody like, you know, like that that's got 100% control over that, they're reaping the benefits, and they're eating steak and lobster while you eating crumbs
Yeah.
off of that song, you know. And I feel like that's what happened to TLC in that situation, you know. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, they were getting money off of the song, but the publishing belonged to the label. So whatever happened to the music after, you know, after the label had it, was 100% recoup to the label. You know,
Yeah.
they were only seeing the success off of, and that was the '90s, so we didn't even have streaming, so off of radio play, off of, you know, off of album sales, and
Right.
which the label was still getting about, I should say at that time in the '90s, probably about, it was probably 70-30, probably at that time, maybe 80-20
Yeah.
at that time, maybe.
Some of the best deals I've probably heard, and this don't even sound right, if they get like a 60-40 split, meaning the label gets 60 and the artist get 40,
What I mean, but you gotta
or
think on,
vice versa, or is it vice versa? It could be
you gotta,
vice versa.
you gotta think on what type of deal, because you know we already know that you can get different type of deals. But if you get that 360, that's an all around locked in,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much what any that's pretty much what but base level artists, entry level artists are getting. You know, we all know that. You know, we all
Most
know that
definitely.
that if
Now,
you're coming in the game, you're gonna get a 360 off the bat. Don't matter. You can have 10 hot songs, one hot song. You still haven't proven shit because you're not in the industry. You're not in here with the big boys yet. You know.
yeah. Now, who's right or wrong? Now, is it the artist for just going in? Now, think about what all comes with that deal. Think about it. 9 times out of 10, not all, but majority of the artists are coming from where, hey, I'm putting my all in. So when
Hmm.
it's time, when that deal's offered, hey, and they got the cash, because usually they get the cash up front, you know. Um, at
Hmm.
that point, like I said, I know you say, and we've had this debate back and forth where you're like, yo, I wouldn't do the XYZ. But I mean, if you put your all in, like if we went all in on YouTube and then YouTube comes and hit us with a deal, and it's like, I'm like, I don't know about this one, man. And they got like, I don't know, millions of dollars in our face. You know, one of us gonna be like, hey, man, you know,
Well,
you tricked.
well, first off, and this is being honest. Is not even saying because, well, you're not in that situation. So of course, I'm telling you like straight up from me, from me to you personally. Not even on this stuff. Whatever you say to go with is what I would go with. If you
I
were
mean,
to say,
I would feel. I'm gonna sit down and have a. I'm gonna tell them like, hey, yeah, we need a minute, and I want to talk
yeah, so whatever you
outside.
feel, because
I
you
want
know
to
this is
talk.
more than me, you know. So I would
Yeah.
go with whatever you were to
And
say.
my
Hey,
thing is
let's
this
chill
though.
on.
This my thing is this. I would say we need X amount of time, and we gonna talk not around them. Now, this is where everybody keeps saying too. Well, why didn't these guys just? This is the thing. People actually will side with
No,
the record labels and be like,
I hope that you're not talking about the three that you know that I'm gonna bring up later. I hope you're not talking about those three, saying that they got mad after they weren't hot no more. I hope you're not talking about those the main three that I always bring up with the
"Who?
Diddy situation:
Who? You might as well bring them out now."
Puff, Shine, and Craig Mack.
So Shine, Craig Mack, and who else?
And Puff,
Did he?
yes,
Um.
he did all three. I'll bring that up later.
All right, cool. So yeah, we can bring on, and all. I mean, that one is balls behind like shootings allegedly and stuff like that too.
I mean, who would?
That's deeper
Well,
than
the Shine situation, yeah, but I mean, you know,
that's deeper than the record deal. We gonna touch on that too.
mhm.
But I will say this: like, whose fault is it that you? I mean, they're gonna put stuff on that paper you're not gonna fully 100% understand. And everybody's argument, I hate when people say like, man, these guys should have got some attorneys, blah blah. The labels provide that.
And
That
what and how when they say you should got they should have got an attorney when you only got $10 in your pocket going up to these labels, and that attorney is a $50,000 lawyer
exactly,
attorney
exactly,
to for what, an hour meeting. You go sit down with the label and let him read the contract for you. And this has got to be for sure that you know you're going to sign to that label type deal. So
right,
don't even waste that money if you know that for one you don't got to spend again, or for two that you know you're not going to take that deal. So that's why they don't go up there with attorneys, because they don't got $40,000, $50,000
exactly,
to
exactly,
take and to read these contracts. So they
exactly,
go up there with their mom or their uncles or their closest homeboys or some shit that they think know the business, and
exactly.
that person ends up getting fucked too.
Oh yeah, big time. Big time. And I'm
You,
not
know
saying
you think NLE Chopper went up there with a lawyer? No. Who he
he,
got?
he
His
he had
mom.
his mom.
Exactly, because he don't got $50,000 to take up there just to read a contract. If he like I said, he not even guaranteed that he gonna sign to that label, and so now
Right,
he just wasted $50,000.
right.
He
If
got to do
if
that.
who has 50, not saying they ain't got it, but I'm saying like, yo, you ain't, you know what I mean?
Because, like I say, the label provides a attorney for you, but like you say, the label provides an attorney, which means
They work for them.
the attorney works for that label. So yeah, exactly. They're gonna read that contract the way that the label wants it read, and the way to make it seem like that you're gonna come out on top.
Exactly. Exactly. Let me hit the comments real quick. Manny with the kick says, "Good looks, my guys," with the salute. Manny says, in addition to his music career, he has also been a successful entrepreneur, launching several businesses, including clothing lines, Sean John, and the vodka brand Ciroc. He has been influential in. Manny is
Hey, Maddie,
literally,
fix his glasses.
I know, good. Manny is
Back to
he's
back on it,
crazy.
huh? Manny in the fucking encyclopedia tonight,
I
huh?
swear I'm in like some professional like college class
What's
101.
that shit? How high? Oh, he done
I
fucking
know.
how high?
Diddy 101 with Manny with the kicks, man.
Oh, you got to think. We talking New York shit, so of course he gonna be pat. He gonna know. He gonna know his education on that shit. You know.
I know. He says shaping the sound and style of hip hop and his contributions have helped to make the genre more mainstream and commercially successful.
Copy and paste that, man.
I know, right?
Hey, yo, yeah,
Hey,
man. Okay, okay.
salute to Manny the professor.
Yeah,
Manny the professor, man.
man.
Um,
PhD Manny.
I know. Um, got a PhD, player hated degree. That's it. That's a Diddy line.
Yeah, yeah. No,
I
true. That
mean,
actually that's Mace.
Mace. Okay,
Mace. Yeah,
Diddy on it though.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Diddy on it. Which
That's a
we
that's a bad boy line. Let's just say that.
bad boy line, and we got to talk Mace and Diddy as well.
Oh, you mean how? I mean, I don't really follow that. I didn't really follow that one much, so I don't really know the whole
I'm gonna
Mason
just put it
Diddy.
this way: if you followed one story, Dunks, you follow them all to a certain extent.
Because I know a lot of Mace's issue was on Mace. You
Why
know,
you think that?
no, because Mace, it was just him. He was 1 foot. He was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You
Yeah,
know, when like he went to, I think what he met Diddy in high school or something like that. Like no, right? He met Diddy in high school. He met somebody, or they went somebody somewhere went to the same school, and that's how they all linked up.
I
Uh,
think Diddy. I think Mace was 19 when he signed to Diddy, allegedly.
but yeah, but like I said, the whole Mace Diddy one, that's kind of that one's kind of like really deep. That one goes kind of deep. And like I say, I feel and educate me if I'm wrong. Cause like I say, once again, I don't really know the Mace and Diddy story, but I feel like a lot
With
of it
this,
was
with this
Mace.
live, we could spin off in so many different directions. We gonna have to do a part two eventually, but we gonna keep it general tonight. But we can
Yeah.
go to Mace. The Mace and Diddy story would take hours. The Craig Mack and Diddy story. We got Diddy and Loon. We got Diddy and Shine.
Mm-hmm.
You
I'm
know,
saying you gotta think all these all these brothers, they go off and they literally think about this. Every one of these brothers, that every one of them, the three you just named, perfect examples. They all went to find God after dealing with him. If you think about it, right?
yeah, yeah. I
And
can't. I want to argue it, but I can't.
so what went on? Like I say, what went on with Diddy, or at that time Puff Daddy? What went on in the Puff Daddy era that had all these guys, these strong, these black men running to God after dealing with him?
It's some behind the scenes stuff
That's what I'm saying, man. So
that we
that's what I'm
probably
saying.
never will know about. I'm
And
not, and y'all,
when this is alleged, I'm sorry. Let's keep this alleged because this is definitely a convo, live, that you don't want to be taken lightly, and you don't want to say stuff that you don't know nothing about. You know
most definitely. But we've heard whenever he took Usher up under his wing, then he had Justin Bieber for 48 hours. You know what I mean?
exactly. You see what happened when he was on Drink Champs with Fabulous and all
I
them
saw
boys.
that. I just was
Okay,
watching
you
that.
see how he was with the African dude, with the Jamaican dude. You see how when he was talking, how Fabulous and Jadakiss them, they were all like, "Yo, get this dude up out of here, man." You see, Fabulous was already up to
Which,
get with him.
which Fabulous, I think, had a slight deal with him technically, but he got up out of it because he just stuck with his man DJ Clue.
Because
Jadakiss, we can talk him and the beef with the Locks as well. That's a whole nother Music Monday as well because you can add them to the list of them complaining about
that's what
their
I'm
deal.
saying. So that's what I'm saying. Why, I
And
get it.
they said they wrote a lot of songs, but they only did one song. But they wrote a lot of the stuff that they didn't get the publishing credit for. You
Exactly.
know,
So what for the good that he's done, I guess, in the music industry, the bad outweighs it way more. In my opinion, I feel the bad outweighs it because, like I say, for all the stuff, all the failed groups that he's tried to put together, all of the, like I say, once again,
one of
the
my
guy,
family members used to say all the time, not to cut you off, they were like, "Yo, even this person that you know very, very well." They would say like, "Man, you sign with Diddy, it's just he make the quick money, one album, and you pretty much you're
saying,
not."
and that's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. I'm not taking away from him for what he's done, but I say you got at some point you got to think for what he's done. What did he do to get to there? What dark, twisted paths has he taken some of these people through? Like some of these people literally probably felt like they've been down to hell with him. You know,
Almost definitely, yeah, definitely,
so for the good he's done, I guarantee you there's 10 times the bad.
most definitely.
So
I think that he has tried to make reconcile with some of the people, and apparently he has. Um, I know personally, rumor is Sean said that I watched the Sean interview on Jink Tramps. Remember I told you to check that one out. He said
mhm.
that they did squash it, and he did apologize to him because the Lord Diddy claims allegedly that it was the lawyers that made him think like that. Which I told you. Remember they pinched him where somebody had to take the fall, and that's just how it was. And
Yeah,
that's why
exactly.
you hear
Exactly.
some people say, yeah, he didn't do some people right. Has he come back? Now, rumors is who was it that passed away recently? I want to think it was Black Rob, but don't quote me.
Yeah, Black Rock. Exactly. He had a major deal with the major label, and this dude was still out there smoking crack. He still ended up smoking crack,
Allegedly.
allegedly. He
But
still ended up on drugs.
Diddy was, I think, paid for his funeral. And there's another artist. I'm gonna
That's,
find
that's
her name.
the least you could do.
True. Another artist that was signed to Bad Boy. I want to find her name, but apparently she didn't make no money to the point where she had to go back. She had to go work at White Castle to make ends meet.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
hmm
Um,
What
let me
about the one when the chick? Say this is allegedly. I read this before, where a chick says that she walked in on Diddy, uh,
I
exactly.
know
Yeah,
you talk
yeah.
about.
And he's pretty much. I'm not gonna go but he pretty much he said, if I can make do this, imagine what I can. Imagine how much power I got. Pretty much.
I think she was the chef or something that was supposed to be
You know
cooking.
what I'm talking about, though. So he
Yeah,
said, if
she
I can
was
make a
the
movie and
chef,
do
and
this,
apparently, allegedly, he was coming out of the room where he had, obviously a lot going on back there, and he was coming out like a free for all in front of her and having her take orders and be like, "You sure you don't want to get none of this?" And like pointing, I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. I don't know.
free
But
for
yeah,
all.
I've heard the story allegedly. I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying I didn't put it out there. You can Google this shit. But yeah,
It was definitely a barbecue.
yeah. Let me hit the chat, man. The Slayer says salutes, fellas. What up, Slayer? Um,
Oh, what's going on, bro?
Manny with a kick saluting Slayer. Mike Pango in the building says Diddy a hoe. I bet he told all his artists that they family and he'll take care of them and any problem they might have. Possibility.
I'm see, and now I'm glad. Now see, I'm glad we did this. I'm glad I can finally get the opinions of everybody, and they can see. I can get the opinions to see if they feel exactly how I feel, how I've always felt.
I've
It's just
never I've never said you was wrong, by the way. I'm
no, no.
just
I'll just say I just want to see everybody else's opinions, just to see how they feel about the situation. And maybe I say maybe I'm tripping, but
yeah.
just get everybody else's opinion. It's refreshing to see
I'm
that.
gonna say what you told me probably years ago and probably recently. Every time we get on a topic, I'm gonna say the one thing that you told me 100 times. Not all these people are just saying this for maybe one or two, but like I'll say majority of his artists have had an issue, including MGK. He said some shit too. He said MGK's wording, and this is allegedly like he said he don't even know what his deal is. He don't even know what he's supposed to get. I
He
said,
just know
damn.
he's not a bad boy.
Yeah, he just know he signed there. He don't even know what the hell he's supposed to get. He said he ain't
And
got a check
think
left
about
and
this.
right.
He put out what album like about a couple years ago, but it was like a more like a rock album, right? Something like
Yeah,
that.
but that's still
And
Diddy though.
yeah, exactly. But I'm saying, and that was 2 years ago. When was the last time Janelle Monae put out an album? And she still called signed to Diddy. I know French Montana did. He just put out something like maybe a couple years back too, right?
Yeah,
So I'm saying for the couple years, I'm saying like these guys are on a major label that's been around for years, for more than 20 years at this point, because so you should be making music. You should have top tier producers, top tier songwriters, top tier engineers, like all the stuff that goes into making just one song. You should be having like the best of industry leading in those respected genres. I mean, in those
you only
fields.
get you only
So
getting that if you can stay consistent like Drake.
I'm saying he should be. I'm saying for as long as he's been around, 20 years, like who's keeping the lights on at this point? Because none of your art, and especially if you only got 3 artists, who's keeping the lights on for you?
The publishing that he's
Publishing
getting from all.
from all the stolen publishing back from the 90s.
Let's not use the word stolen because I mean at the end of the day, if these guys signed it, signed it. I
Yeah,
mean,
but when like I say
don't
when
make it right, but I'm just
yeah,
saying.
but look at this, because now we getting into it. But look, when you sign a deal and they say, okay, we hold your publishing for a 3-year max on this contract. Okay, cool. The 3 years up. Now that you come back to do another contract, they say, well, you didn't technically recoup your advance, so we're gonna hold on to that for 3 more years.
It's
You
a
know,
loophole.
and
It's a
then
loophole, probably
those
in the
3 years
W.
up, then they say, because now guess what? They gave you more money for that second 3-year contract because you did good on your first contract, but it just wasn't enough to recoup that advance or what they paid for you. So in the second contract, it go from okay, you got a $500,000 advance. Okay, cool. Now we're gonna give you let's bump it up to a 1.5 million. Now,
According to
as a
May,
second year, as a sophomore artist, stuck in another 3-year deal at a crooked label, how are you going to pay back 1.5 million when you still technically got to pay back the rest of that 500 million? So really, you paying back 2 million. at that point.
Now, according to Mace, whenever it's time to re up on his, no, Young Jock is another artist that we can think of that was signed to Diddy. He doesn't speak on it much, but the
Hmm.
few things he have said, he said that whenever it was time to do the second album, the reason we didn't get a fire second album is I'm assuming allegedly he didn't recoup enough off the first album, so he said he got a $25,000 advance for the second album, so the budget was way lower. This is all alleged, but apparently he got 25K. And he said at this point, yo, what's the point? But at the
At a
same
major
time,
label, you can hey, any one of us, any street dude can come up with 25,000 to make an album, and he's getting that from a major label. Come on, you know.
yeah,
So
that's
I'm
all he
saying,
got. And people can clown Young Jock all they want to, but I mean, he's had some hits. Keep it 100.
I
Um,
mean, he's had his he's had his
he's
hits, and
even
he's
worked
had his
with
run,
Chris Breezy.
and and I feel like that he worked his ass off, and that's why he had to do the whole love and hip hop stuff, because he's literally still paying that stuff off. You know,
Yeah, and
he's
then
still paying that stuff
apparently,
off.
yeah, and then from Diddy's perspective, right? From what I get from it, he's looking at it from a business perspective. Was like, yeah, I'm getting paid off these guys, but what I have put up front, they still haven't covered that. So like, I don't really feel bad, maybe.
But it doesn't matter because he's seeing it from that artist. When you've already made that times three, times four from the other artists you signed, so why are you gonna hold this man up when you made his money plus that person's money just off one artist? You know
Because
what I'm
he's
saying?
still getting he's still getting the checks off of
And
it.
that, and that's what labels are kind of fucked up at, because like I said, they can recoup three artists off of one artist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
But
But
they'll hold it like on a personal level. Like I say, they won't. They literally, and they'll hold like the music that you want to put out. They'll hold that against you, all in that same reason, because you didn't recoup the 150,000, 200. Well, no, they're not gonna give you that because they already know that you're gonna recoup that. They want to make it impossible, so they throw them
yeah,
they throw them 500,000, $2 million, $3 million contracts at you first go. And like I say, to somebody who walks in there with $10 in their pocket, if like I say, whether it's a check written out or they give you straight cash, you never seen a check with that much zeros, and you definitely haven't seen that much cash in front of you at one time. So to a 16, 17-year-old, 18-year-old, hell, well, you could take a 30-year-old who never had nothing to somebody who never had
Fabio
nothing.
Foreign,
Yeah, exactly, Fabio. We can, well, I'm not even gonna say that.
allegedly.
I'm not. It's not allegedly. I'm not gonna take Two Chains because Two Chains was he was in the streets before. He was in the streets before rap. So, but
Yeah,
anyway, but like I say, to somebody who never had it, man, what's your only option? You gonna what? You gonna take that 3 million and overnight change your life, or you gonna go back home and where everybody was expecting you to bring that money back to them, all because you got integrity. And at
yeah,
that point they're gonna be like, fuck your integrity, you better go get that $3 million. you know
yeah,
but see, and like I say, and that's the pressure that's on that person. So in certain situations they kind of got to do that, and like I say, unless they go up there with leverage, which I mean, I honestly don't really feel like, all these rap, like nowadays, they rap about that they getting this much money and this much show money and all this bull and all this crap.
if
But then,
history repeats itself, it shows us that stuff is a little fabricated, right?
oh yeah, like they going up there with leverage. What leverage are you going with? What, like, honestly, I want to know. Like, I could say the only way you can make a major label, really like shake and be like, oh man, like we gotta really throw the big guns out for him, is if you gotta have already like 4, 5, 6, like you gotta have pretty much minimum 5 major labels already bidding for you. And that's
Yeah,
in my opinion. Like I say, and that's very few people that has done that can do that. Obviously we know Drake is, but he's pretty much established and he's got his own label, and I think he's signed to Republic, right? Or he's under Republic.
yeah. But I think, if according to Birdman, they forever in business though.
Oh yeah, he does. Oh yeah, that's gonna always be a deal too, and that's just a deal he's not gonna be able to shake. But like I say, I feel like I say once again, yeah. Unless you got at least five major labels already gunning for you, then like you really have no leverage going up to no label. So all this stuff that they talk about is all lies. Yeah, because you're not getting no 200. You're not getting a $6 million deal first go.
Yeah,
Like that's even a top tier. You gotta be Michael Jackson, like I say Drake level to be getting offered that type of money. You already know Fabio can rap about it. Sorry to keep bringing him up, but Fabio can rap about it. We can. Who else we could take? He's a good artist, but even NBA young boy, he can't even rap about that. There's no way you know that nobody's giving that dude no $6 million deal, even though they know he's good for it and they know he'll definitely recoup it. But the damage that'll come with giving him that much money, you know?
yeah. They give them that they have those deals that will be worth that, but they don't get all that up front. You know what I mean?
And and so yeah, like I said, I just feel like back to what we were saying. I just feel like that's what Diddy had a lot of these guys tied up in because they grew up in the '70s. These kids grew up in the '70s, '80s, '90s at this point, so they're coming fresh off the crack era.
Yeah,
Seeing like all their family members, their friends, family members, a lot of people in the neighborhoods hooked on dope. You know,
yeah,
so
true.
at that time, that's the either way to go. You either on it or you sell it. You know, so the other
Had
way
to
to get
make
out
a
of there,
decision.
yeah, the other way to get out of there is sports or rap. And either way, if you make it to that point of business, most likely you are gonna get fucked over,
Yeah,
sports or music wise.
most definitely. Let me hit the chat. The Slayer says Diddy better calm down because if weren't for Biggie, he wouldn't be who he is now. I mean, yes
Uh,
and
yeah,
yes
but
and no, yes and
Anthony
no. But think about Diddy,
Craig Mack.
Craig Mack. We can
Craig
think of a
Mack
lot of people
Craig
though.
Mack was way Craig Mack was before Diddy. He is the one who he was the first bad boy artist. Craig Mack. Diddy put him on the burner for Biggie.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So Craig Mack put Diddy on the map.
Yeah, but honestly, all them motherfuckers really made him. If you want to keep it 100,
I mean, if you want to take it on a major level, then yeah, I guess Big put him on the map globally. You know, but
yeah.
for the '90s, Craig Mack, a new to be a New Yorker,
Another
bad
topic,
boy, that was it. You know.
another topic I want to talk on. We're not gonna do it tonight because we'll never get done. Definitely got to talk the Tupac and Big's murder.
Come on,
That's a
let's
gimme for music
go.
money. These topics really just music is ever forgone, man. But I will say this: we got to give Diddy for having an eye for talent, though, because he sees talent, you know. And another thing people forget about the
No,
making of
no, his 2000s era was pretty mid.
I don't know. Let me
2000 era was shit.
I can't say that because he still brought out some. He had the whole making the band MTV series. That was all his from the beginning to end, like the Old Town
I
Group.
I know, but I mean, but what
And
what
no
money
matter
did
how
they
you slice it and dice it, though,
what
no
money
matter
did
how,
they make before? How much money did he put into it? That's why they don't exist no more because he couldn't recoup the money that he put into them to
yeah,
make them.
he didn't, but he still had it. I'm pretty sure he that was on MTV, a major network. I'm
And
pretty sure
imagine how expensive that was.
for them, Diddy wasn't losing any. He didn't. He may not made a lot of money, but he didn't lose any money either. You know what I mean?
I'm sure he lost some money.
I'm
He,
sure he broke. If anything, he just broke even. That those were
yeah,
like
that's
making
fair to
the band,
argue. That's fair to argue.
making the band two is a classic, timeless
Yeah, it's
TV.
a classic. Yeah, it's a classic. Anybody, if you didn't watch it, then you just
Yeah, like
out.
we came to school talking about that joint because we felt
Yeah, but you gotta think. Who do you hear? All these groups. I can't even name them all. The little shows
we.
he had
I
with
can
all these
think of
groups.
some, so we
Not
can think
one
of
of them
some.
exists today. The
That's
the bo- the,
that's a fact. That's
the
a
boy
fact.
the boys group he had, them grown ass men, they broke up because they couldn't get along.
They were
Right?
fighting.
Egos. Yeah,
Who was that?
egos.
They were day. That was day 26, right?
Yeah, they couldn't get along because of egos.
Day 26.
Yeah,
He had the band,
the band. He had
Danity
the
Kane.
all girls. Yeah, the all girls.
Danity Kane. It
He had
was
the other all girls,
yeah,
right?
it was another all girls joint. And then he had what was it, the guy group, Old Town, I think.
He even
Uh,
had the boy band, right? The boy group.
yeah, he had those. He signed Dunny by himself. Um, yeah, I mean, he had plethora of groups, man.
But not one of them are here or making music. Maybe they're making music. Maybe they got
I don't
select
think
fans.
so. And they probably do got select fans, but like I'm pretty sure they learned a valuable lesson with Diddy. Um, but yeah, and I wanted to. It was two girl groups he had for sure. Um, I know he had the.
Who was it? Danny Kane and the Pussycat Dolls.
No, I don't think it's. I'm gonna share my screen. I got some of the groups that he did work on. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. I did do a little bit of prep work during this joint. I'm gonna go this the top. I got a tab that says the top 10 biggest bad boy record artists. So Young Jock is number 10 according to this is from Hot New Hip Hop. So Young Jock, French Montana, Shine, which we got to give that credit. Total, which that's a definitely 90s R&B group. The Locks, definitely influential. 112, can't forget about those.
Yeah, 112. Yeah.
Peaches and cream. Hey, that shit go hard, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Mace, of course, you can't talk Diddy without mentioning Mace. Faith Evans was signed to him. Craig Mack, that's number 2. So Dunks, you was spot on, and of course, I'm assuming number 1's got to be big. Of course, that was just a gimme. You know what I'm saying? And then so we can go down the rabbit hole. This is 34 bad boy artists who have left the label. So we think of 34 that's left. There's 34 artists that's left. That's not all the artists, but 34 of them left. That's still a lot, you know. 112, they left in 2003. They signed back in 1996. Asylum, I don't remember him too well, and I'm not even sure. Hopefully, I'm not saying I remember hearing their name, but it was back from 07 to 2010. B5, forgot about this young boy group as well, but
that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about.
The other boy group, okay, B5, 2005 to 2007. So I remember them a little bit. Black Rob, 1996 to 2010. Boys in the Hood, I remember that. Jeezy was on this, but this was literally a one album. That's all they did, and that was it. You know, but I remember that because remember he had that Bad Boy South era. So he had Boys in the Hood. I remember that group. Carl Thomas, 1997 to 2005. He made some classic timeless songs as well. Definitely got to give him because he got an eye for talent. Now I don't remember this person, Cherry Dennis. I don't remember her. In and Out of Love, I guess 2008, but I guess I'll have to look. I'm pretty sure if we hear it, we'll probably hear it. We'll probably recognize it. Christian Daniel, don't remember him, but there's a lot of people. Obviously, Diddy has had Craig Mack. Again, you can't speak on it. I mean, you can't speak on them without mentioning that. The band, of course, and I remember these people's name. It was pretty much Fred. Fred, Babs, Sarah, Chopper City. And then the other one was Elliot Ness, or he just went by Ness. So
and Dylon.
Oh yeah, you can't forget Dylon, which Dylon, he ain't even in this picture. So ain't no telling where the hell he was. Because Dylon, I remember he was in legal trouble the entire time.
Yeah, so that's probably what he is.
Yeah. And then Danity Kane, this was from 05 to 2009. They had their run too. Day 26, this is one of the guys who's talking about the guy groups. Diddy did Dirty Money, where I guess he combined where he and a couple other joints, but they already knew that. Even if he had approached me with that idea, they did one album, Last Train to Paris. I listened to the joint, and it was pretty dope. I mean, you could tell it was like sculpted. Donnie Klang, that's the white dude, no pun intended, that was part of that Day 26 era. Dream, this is the other group I couldn't remember of. Dream, he had them from 1999 to 2003. They did one album. Elephant Man, I didn't know Elephant Man was with Diddy, but I remember him for a brief moment. Faith Evans, for Buzzle, I don't remember this person. I'm assuming they're probably like some type of like former DJ. G Dep from 1998 to 2005. I don't remember him. Gorilla Zoe. I did not. Oh, he probably was part of that Bad Boy South era. Remember Gorilla Zoe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, remember that. Janelle Monae, 2008, and apparently she's still on with Diddy. Jordan McCoy, don't remember her. King Los, I remember him a little bit, but I did not know he was signed to Diddy. He had a little mini run. Loon, he actually got locked up.
He's like more of a freestyle, like a battle rapper dude.
Yeah. Oh, Mario Winans. I can't believe I remember he had his run too. Remember he had that I don't wanna know if you're playing me. That was him. I remember he had that Mace with the big, extremely baggy clothing. Holy crap, bro! I know we wore stuff loose back then, but damn.
Hey, welcome back.
I know. 8Ball and MJG, arguably one of my family members. It's one of their favorite groups. He always talks about them even to this day. But I didn't know. I forgot they was on Bad Boy 2. New Edition. I didn't know they had a deal with Diddy from 2002 to 2005.
Wait, wasn't it his group that he was in? No, it's Bobby Brown.
That's Bobby Brown. Yeah, Notorious B.I.G. Red Cafe. Did not know he was signed to Diddy. He didn't do too many hits. I remember like one or two. Shine.
B.I.G. is 1990 5.
I believe so.
To current.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he. Yeah.
They forever in business. Come on now.
Yeah. So Shine, the Locks.
Man, Shine. Oh man.
Yeah. That one touches dark. That touches Dunk's hearts. Everybody. I won't.
Shine couldn't shine, man. Cause
yeah. And the Locks that consists of Styles P, Jada Kiss, and
Sheik Luch.
Yeah, Sheik Luch. He doesn't put out as much while we struggle to remember his name. The group Total, but he still when he do show up though, he go off.
Yeah.
Young Jock, of course. And that's a 34 artist. So literally that's 34 artists that's been on Bad Boy. Apparently there's way more. We can think of that, but we're not gonna go down the whole rabbit hole of all these people. I think we touched on the main key ones. But think about it. That's 34 that's left. And it says 50 plus artists. But I mean, think about it. If he did, let's say if the number is 50 to 34, what is that? Definitely what, over half of your artists literally just like left?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Damn. I mean, I'm like I said, at this time, I know Diddy probably plays the game allegedly of like, yo, it's not my fault. Y'all didn't try to renegotiate the deal or say anything. But then again, coming off the type of moves, how Diddy reacts, does it look like he's much of a negotiator with his artists?
I feel like that they see Diddy one time and that's the first contract. And if they get a second contract anytime beyond that, they never see him. I feel like that first initial contract, obviously, because he wants to present, a good, persona and wants to make it like the label is good and therefore they're artists. But like just like Kanye, like who said it? Designer. He said that he's a Kanye once in his whole fucking contract.
Wow.
And that's it. I feel like it's the same with Diddy. They see him like maybe once, maybe twice, and that's if they just run into him somewhere.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That's wild, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Let me hit the chat real quick. Mike Pango says, did he use his blackness as something to relate to his artists and bring them in without any oversight?
I agree with that.
Okay. Yeah. He says, Diddy a snake. Man with a kick says, yep. I'm not going to lie. Diddy not going to lie. Diddy don't do good business with his artists. Okay. So everybody seems we're in the same agreement on this. It never looks good from the outside looking in, man. And not all of them are complaining for some reason. And the ones that are not, they are probably just accepted that's what it's going to be and don't care. You know what I mean?
Like MGK.
Like MGK, like French Montana. Allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. French Montana, allegedly. At one point, I know he was signed to Bad Boy and he was signed down with like Rick Ross Maybach Music at one point. He was on 2 deals. Yeah. I guess he's whatever it takes me to make it. I don't care. You know what I mean?
Maybe he was signed to MMG under Bad Boy.
Yeah, because they'll do deals like that. But just know that
So,
they
but
getting
still,
there. They
regardless,
getting theirs first before he get his.
I say yeah. Regardless, he was still paying both of them first.
Yeah, exactly. We on the same page on that one. Um, let's see. Let me get the chat. Mike Pango says, "Attorney, LOL. Diddy definitely didn't provide one. He showed up with one of his homeboys and rushed everything down they throat, and said so weird Diddy shit like I got you, baby. We brothers, we family."
Yep.
I mean, we don't know, man. Mike Pago said, I mean, Manu the Kick says, LOL, I grew up on Bad Boy era. We all did, man. You couldn't help because, I mean, say what you want to say. They turned out hits.
Yeah.
They turned out hits. When your time, let me put this way, when your time to shine was on, you was shining. But when it ended, it was on to the next best thing. That's where I guess everybody, I guess also, and that's what they kind of
he's
do.
not really doing nothing but standard music industry business practices.
Yeah,
You
and
said it
that's kind of
yourself.
what they all do.
When you hot, you're hot. When you're cold, hey, on to the next.
Yeah, and reality is, it's not like he came after before Diddy and everybody underneath Diddy that came up, or Diddy didn't sign these guys, but they were still in that same like lane, like the Nas and Jay-Z's. Yes, the record labels would take time and let the artists develop and grow into their shell.
Hey, fun fact about Nas. I just read this the other day, or I think it was yesterday. Did you know that Nas almost got aborted? His dad changed his mind 5 minutes before they got to the clinic.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so this is a little fun fact I read about Nas, but back to the topic. But yeah, man.
Which he did the Hate Me Now with Diddy, which I'm very curious how much Diddy owns of that. I mean, it's a general question.
I'm honestly feel like as if you were like a New York hip hop artist in the late '80s, early '90s, 2000s, mainly the '90s, 2000s. There was only really two labels to sign to, or three labels assigned to. That was Def Jam, Rockefeller, or Bad Boy.
Or Universal, but Universal, what I've learned
is that a New York based? Well, Universal is the parent.
Yeah, they're the parent. So you sign, they own everything. That's why you get signed them anyway.
Or the UMG, yeah, they own everything. But yeah, I'm saying, but those three are like I feel like 90s, 2000s. Those were the three. If you were a New York or just East Coast artist, like those were the labels that you were gonna sign to. The Def Jam, Rockefeller, or Bad Boy.
Def Jam had a lot of artists on there.
Oh yeah. Let's say they literally Def Jam New York '90s. That's
But we don't hear as many Def Jam artists complaining. Fact to say that.
Well, no. Why do you think? Say good business is good business. Why do you think Jay-Z took over Def Jam? Def Jam's never had a problem with their artists. Rick Rubin's never done anybody dirty. None of them guys over at Def Jam, not that I've heard, has done any bad business.
Can we say the same for Jay-Z though?
Well, yeah, but that like I say, we can't say that because that's with Rockefeller and without and in the Def Jam, Rock Nation, whatever you want to call it. No, actually, Rock Nation seems to be the better of all the labels that he's done.
Yeah, Rock Nation his thing, but before Rock Nation,
you mean his Def Jam era or his Rockefeller era?
His Def Jam era. Rock Nation is what he changed it basically. All right, cool. I'm gonna create my own and call it Rock Nation.
His Def Jam era was the Rihanna era.
That's Rock Nation. That's Rock Nation stuff.
He signed her under Rock Nation too. I thought she was signed. Yeah. Well, she signed a Def Jam under Rock. Under
I guarantee you, he getting however the deal constructed, he getting the cut.
Man, Rihanna is a big artist. Jay-Z is getting. I say with her, I just allegedly I say it's probably a 70-30 split, maybe.
Who knows?
Because that's only because she's one, like I say, one of those artists that'll have 5 major art labels bidding for her.
Yeah, they're not gonna let her go.
Yeah, nah.
And she did the Super Bowl too.
So I'm saying, so She's probably getting like a
But I'm saying like
40.
Rockefeller was under the, I guess, the quote unquote, that's the hood version, with Dame Dash. Rock Nation is Jay-Z's thing.
Where he
Just to
and
clarify.
he's really only signing like young artists at that, at this point.
But rumors is he don't really nurture them. Like I remember, I think the
But
deal.
you don't nurture them, but they not. But nobody over there is complaining about their money.
True. This is true.
I don't care. I don't care if you're not giving me the attention because I know you're busy too. You got to make moves just like I got to make moves to make my money. But yours is on a way larger scale. So I understand if you can't spend the time with me. Just make sure my money right and make sure it's there when you say it's gonna be there. That's all I care about.
Yeah, we definitely got to touch on the Jay-Z topic too. Just
Hmm.
curious. Let me hit the chat though. Um, let's see. Manny says, "Don't party with Diddy." FYI. Mike Pango says Jada Kids probably wrote every bar that came out of Diddy's mouth in that era. Um,
That was Mace, right? Wasn't Mace writing a lot of that stuff?
honestly, I'll say this: all we know is it wasn't Diddy.
Yeah, I think Mace was
Allegedly.
writing. Mace, even when he was on M with the Game, he said he wrote like the whole album for who? I can't remember. But he said he pretty much wrote like the whole catalog for I can't remember. I'll have to go back and see.
A lot of people don't say they wrote for Diddy. So safe to say, right? Diddy don't write anything. You know what I mean? But also, people probably have ghost writing for all those like R&B artists that he signed. I don't think a lot of them write their shit. So that's probably where that comes from.
Like all them MTV bands. Hell no, man.
Yeah, they
Come on,
already
now you
got
think you mean to tell me that you can do a TV show, find some Joe Blow off the streets who you can write a story about that's been doing music for 10 years. You know, like you can make up a story about a person. They can say, "Oh yeah, I've been doing music for 10 years. This has always been my dream. Diddy gave me a chance." They can put you in there, and you can say that. You can put me in there, I can say that. Whatever. Uh, so for us, yeah, it looks believable. And like, oh yeah, you know what they're talking about. But in reality, we know that that dude only got there for the acting position a week before. He heard about it a week before to audition for it. And like I say, they get these people and put them in the spotlight like that, and they don't know how to make music. They don't know music composition. They don't know nothing about music. They just, besides what they hear, that music not being written. They're not writing that music.
not
They
for the R&B cats anyway.
Well, no, there's cheap. It's a cheap show with cheap artists that get cheap writers. You know.
But it's relatable because it seems like it's like you and me can just go up there.
Well, exactly, and that's the ideal of it.
That's the
Make
theme.
it seem like it's not hard to become a musician. It's not hard to get a deal. You know, just go on a show. Just audition for a show, and
I almost
in
spit this
two
shit up
weeks,
my
in two
nose.
weeks, you'll be a millionaire.
I almost spit this liquid out my nose, man.
What you were saying? Like, no, it's not
Yeah.
supposed to look hard. It's supposed to look easy. Like you can audition you can just be a Joe Blow off the street, audition and skip ahead of all these people that's been waiting for a music deal just to meet Diddy. Come on, it's supposed to look easy, you know.
True. True. Um, Manny with the kick says Fax Machine, Mike Pingo, and Biggie wrote a couple hits. Um, definitely Biggie definitely contributed to the team a lot. Um, Mike Pingo says Diddy deals are probably worse than a 360 deal. A Diddy deal got all your royalties going to his checking account, allegedly. I've heard that though. Manny with the kick says dead ass. The only ones that are their masters is his son. Okay, only ones that have their masters of his sons. Which I mean, yeah, and the only son he got rapping is what is it? King Combs. So I mean, we can. That's a whole nother topic too. About I mean, they get this is my thing. You can get a person all the keys to the success, and if there was ever a such thing as an industry plant, he getting it by default because of who his daddy is. So, and I'm not trying to pick on him, and I'm not saying he can't rap, but I'm saying he's gonna get features that a lot of people like. Let's just say we know somebody right outside of this live right now that can out rap and make a better song and faster time than Diddy's son. But do you think they're gonna get a Chris Brown feature just by like, hey man, check this out?
They'll be in today's time and reality. Yeah, it is a little easier, I guess, to get access to these people, but the average 19, 20 year old, I say, to even get into the major deal radar, to where they even pick up on you, you most likely won't be 24 or 25 before that happens, and that's on the fast track.
Yeah,
It's on the speedy track. You'll be at least 24, 25 before the major labels even pick up on you. We notice who you are. And that's not them offering you a deal or anything. That's just knowing that you make music and that you out there trying to get a deal. You know,
facts.
maybe at that point the indie labels and all those people, they'll start reaching out to you.
Yeah,
But at about the 5 year, 6 year mark into your career in today's time is when I feel like the industry starts to listen to you and starts to
yeah, yeah. I can see that. Let me hit the chat. Mike Pango says only Taylor Swift and B got intervened. Them girls, the only ones I can see calling shots. Um, Taylor Swift apparently got out her deal and recorded all her music all over because the label was like,
well, yeah,
she was in a bad deal.
because that's leverage. And that's what having leverage
Yeah,
is.
got leverage. Yeah,
When you got pulled like that, like I say, like you said, yeah, Taylor Swift and Beyonce. When you
and
got
B.
leverage,
Oh, okay, yeah. He's saying B for Beyonce.
yeah,
Got you.
when you got like the pull they got, exactly, good point. Yeah, Taylor Swift and Beyonce, very big artists, very big. They pretty much can call their own shots too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh yeah, but when you can, they can get those deals and pretty much not even have to pay the label back because the label already know, like, don't matter what type of doesn't matter what type of deal I give them, I'm gonna get that money back. So what's the point of offering them anything to try to trap them? you know,
yeah. But I
the
think
label, I can't trap them because anything I give them, they're gonna recoup it faster than faster than when I gave it to them.
yeah,
So there's no point to even try to trap an artist like that. You can't. I mean, I guess that who was that one guy, that Scooter guy, when he bought like Taylor Swift's masters.
yeah. But she won't.
That was kind of fucked up for him to do though, because that was like literally all her shit from when she first came out. So that was like all her handwritten music that she wrote that he like pretty much took from her, which is kind of fucked up in my opinion.
Yeah, true. And I think that's why she had to re-record a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. She redid it exactly for that reason.
Yeah. Let me hit the chat. Mike Pingo says making a band showed how weird Diddy really was, and I'll be real with you. He didn't lose a dime. All that was a MTV's dime. I'd bet he walk away with a nice check.
Yeah, you agree. You
Yeah.
said that. You said pretty much said that.
Yeah, that's why I said like I'm almost positive
You said
he
he
may
didn't
have
lose
not
the money
made
yet.
any money. He got paid, but he probably blew through that because it's like, hey, this is fun. You know what I mean?
I agree, and I agree, Mike. I agree, Mike. You're probably right. He didn't lose nothing, and probably, like you say, walked away with a fat ass check.
Yeah, think about it. He did 4 seasons, and think about each. I guarantee you, once that first season took off, you're like, yo, well, we need a little bit more money because we're gonna bring it. Like, all right, cool.
I'm
It's
trying to
like,
go
okay,
global.
yeah.
You
The
know?
second one took off like a rocket. Like, all right, cool. Well, we did. He did what 4 seasons?
Yeah, you can tell because the first one, you can tell he didn't have a big budget because he had to keep it straight in the East Coast. you
Yeah,
know, straight like New York. I think the furthest that they went was what, New Jersey, and that was what, Sarah and
yeah.
Ness.
That was the second season.
Who was the first season?
First season, I think it was like Old Town and New.
Oh yeah, that's right. Making the band too. Yeah, you're right. Well, the
Yeah.
second season, yeah, you're right. Like he didn't really go far. Like I said, yeah, I think New Jersey was the first
Each
he
one, you could tell he got a bigger budget. You know.
went.
Let's just keep it 100. Let's see. Mike Pango says, "You know what I really hate about Diddy? If it's a hot song or the artist is blowing up real crazy, he's in the picture front and center. And
They've been saying that since the 90s.
we could take a line from Mr. Suge Knight. If you don't want your producer all in your videos, dancing all in your videos, come to Death Row. So I can see why you say that. But yeah, I will say this. He is that like I think he's the before DJ Khaled. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You see the person is featuring Diddy, but he don't rap, and all he's saying is pause when I say this is take that. Yeah, take that. Or
Mm-hmm.
he'll repeat a hot line, like if somebody snaps or something, they be like, yeah, and I meant that. You know what I mean? He's like, come
Yeah.
on, bro, it's cheating. Like, come on, bro, I can get in there and do that
Don't
shit.
push me like that shit
Yeah, I'm close to the edge. Yeah.
on the
And
hot track.
and that's a sample song as well.
Yeah,
So I
it is.
mean, Diddy is he is known for having the best remixes as
Oh,
well.
Houdini, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Houdini, they made the original song.
I believe so. You are correct, sir. Don't quote me though, but I'm almost positive that sounds accurate. Um, Michael Ringo says, no matter what it is, if it was a music video, he'll have a skit on the song. He'll have a monologue in the beginning. Yeah, this is true. I mean, that's just what he did. He says Diddy wants all control, wants all the attention, wants all the credit. Yeah, he definitely wants his fair share of credit for putting them on. You know, we can say that. Michael in the building says he owns his artist masters and he exploited young, hungry artists. Facts, Diddy a fool. Um,
That before.
yeah. I mean, I'll say this: he didn't do nothing other than these major labels didn't already do. I guess it just looks bad because I guess the difference between Diddy and the other major labels that are doing it, they just give them the money and stay quiet and stay behind the scenes. We don't really know. We don't have a face to put to the name. You can say like, well, so and so of this company screwed me, but it's like we don't even know what this mother trucker looked like because he gave you
So,
the
okay.
deal.
Well, okay, let's just use this one example because they were both out at about the same time. But what did he do wrong that Jermaine Dupri didn't? Because they were both out at the same, literally the same time, making parallel music to each other. You know. So what did he do right? Because you
I
never hear
gotta,
anybody complaining about the so deaf deals.
I gotta, I gotta rebuttal, but it's not gonna technically count.
I mean, what? Who you gonna say? Who can say something bad that happened at so deaf? Don't
Bow
say
Wow,
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. He
Anyway,
said it. I just said, but he's
anyway,
that's all. That
who
doesn't.
you know
That's why I
that
say
is?
it don't really count.
Who can say he went on his little fucking prima donna Kanye rant. He thought that he was. I'm the face of so deaf. I can I can do what I want, but no, in reality, you still just an artist and you work for us.
Yeah, so he doesn't count technically. I mean,
Yeah. So
yes he is like a so deaf artist, but I mean like he doesn't really,
he's
you
an
know what I mean?
alumni, you know.
Yeah, he's definitely a big part of the group. We're not taking that from him, but his complaint is kind of non void when it's just him.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but they ran parallel to each other with with the music, with the times that were out. So what did Jermaine Dupri do right that Diddy didn't? Because like I said, you don't hear people complaining about Jermaine Dupri, but people will put them on the same level all day.
This
You
is
know?
true. Well, that brings me to a good question as we get closer to the end. We're gonna be in a joint for like another 10 minutes. Um, and a versus so deaf versus bad boy. Who
Well,
takes it? Who takes it all?
well, that'd be a well,
I
honestly,
think they got to break it down into categories to be fair.
I think that Diddy would take it. I think Diddy would take it, but it would definitely be interesting to see New York and Atlanta in the house together. You know,
Yeah, I
it
think they got
definitely
to
be exciting to
do.
see.
I think they got to do two separate categories. They
On
should
what
do.
they
They
remix it because didn't if I'm not
well in
mistaken.
that case three. In that case, three different categories. Then
Well, you gotta think Diddy already made an album that came out that said we invented the remixes. So
yeah,
remember
but
that, right? Remember that, right? He came out with
I
the
do. But
album.
I'm saying they can. This is my thing though. They can do an all remixes versus.
Hmm.
They can do an all R&B versus,
Hmm.
and they can do an all like hip hop joint. I think they should do it in a three joint like that, and whoever wins the best out of that's the only. If
Well,
they
hip
if
hop
they do this, I
wise,
want my credit.
can't really do. I mean, hip hop wise, New York is going to trump Atlanta
I
because
mean, yeah, that's.
for
I
one at
mean,
that for one in that time in that era, nobody wasn't really listening to southern music like that anyway.
but I
You know,
think Jermaine Dupri may have some hidden gems, but I think Diddy
yeah,
gonna take
but like I say, you got New York is gonna
R and B.
hip hop
R
wise, New York is
and
gonna get
B
it.
R&B gonna be
R&B is
R&B,
gonna be where it's gonna come down to it at
and
the
I think
R&B because
I think
Atlanta
Jermaine
produced
Dupri, yeah, I think Jermaine Dupri gonna have him R&B wise because he got Usher, but then again, Diddy work with Usher, but I think
but
the major hit,
the women are gonna be what's gonna get it, and that's gonna be the like I say, Jermaine Dupri had the women. You gotta think he had the SWV. He had who else he have? And he had a lot of the people, but I think that like
this is gonna
female
be a
wise,
tough one though because Jermaine Dupri worked with Mariah Carey a lot, but Diddy also did a track with Mariah Carey,
hmm hmm
which I think that features like Jada Kiss or the Locks in them. So that was her first ever crossover to like hip hop. He also had who was it, J Lo, where he was remixing her stuff too. So
hmm
like I said, that one's gonna be the one where that's gonna take all night. The hip
Yeah,
hop
okay,
joint,
but then like you say, do the remixes. So who who do you think will have it on the remixes? Because you gotta think you can't because on the what party at wasn't Diddy and Jermaine Dupri on there?
yeah, they share that
Uh,
one. That one,
you know,
honestly,
uh,
whether Diddy wants to accept this or not, like I think R&B wise, Jermaine Dupri gonna show us some. Hip hop wise, I think Diddy gonna have a light edge. Now that remix joint, that could go either way, depending on how it's played and how that one. That's gonna be the problem right there. That's gonna be the problem.
yeah.
Because I think Jermaine Dupri got some remixes that we don't even really be thinking about for real, and he don't work with everybody in their mama and son too. But I think Jermaine Dupri has already declared himself the underdog as he is. So it's one they got to do it. They can't do a one. They got to do a three, like we broke it down. And it may be another category we may have to touch on there because I will say this: Jermaine Dupri has written a lot of stuff too, so he gets to bring that to the arsenal as well. I
Yeah.
don't know if we can give Diddy. Not saying he didn't write, but I mean, like
hmm
Jermaine Dupri, that he can bring stuff that he's written too.
hmm
He's written a lot of albums.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That's another thing too. They can't do a rock. So I think that's where Jermaine Dupri, if he's smart, he's gonna have to bring us some stuff that he's written and bring it to the table and that shocks everybody. Currency is, I think they did a collaboration album, him, Jermaine Dupri, and Jermaine Dupri, like Currency when he got around Jermaine Dupri and he was listening to it, he's like, oh man, shit, though I love all these songs, and he's like, yeah, these are all the songs that I have either written and or produced and or like, you know what I mean, some form of credit on there. And even Currency like this, it's gonna be some surprises we don't know.
Yeah. I
And
mean, I
that's
think
what
I don't know, but yeah, Diddy would have it on the hip hop side of things for sure.
I
But
mean, yeah, that'll be a cheat code.
but
'Cause I mean, Jermaine Dupri had like Bow Wow and Crisscross. I mean, they're not, they had their run, but I mean, they're not like Notorious B.I.G.
I
or like,
mean, yeah, when when Jermaine Dupri had Chris Cross, Diddy had Puffy. So come on, think about that.
I mean, he had Mace had his run.
I'm saying in that era,
Tupac.
in that time, if you want to run them parallel to each other, then in that time frame, it would have been Diddy or Puffy with Biggie and Jermaine Dupri with Chris Cross, or like Chris Cross. Who was else was like a rapper on him at that time? Like that chick, the Afro Puff Lady of Rage chick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that would have
So
been
Jermaine Dupri had the Brat.
the Brat. Yeah. So that would have been his big artist that would have went up against Biggie in that era, in that time frame.
Yeah, it'd have been a tough
Which,
call.
which, which, and then on the West Coast, Suge would have had Tupac. So you gotta think and take those three. And who, if you would put those three against each other, then obviously Jermaine Dupri is gonna have to ride in the back.
That would be a good versus too, if it was a Bad Boy versus Death Row.
They can't do that. They can't do that.
I
And
mean, I know that'll sell out. I mean, that's the thing. They go off of only the era of where Death Row existed. Battle from only that era.
mhm.
I
out,
think.
of, out of the verses, which one do you think is the best? Out of the ones that they've shown, or
Uh
that we've had, because it's done now. At this point.
no, they got some more coming for sure.
Oh,
They got more. The Diddy and Jermaine Dupri one is
oh yeah.
definitely supposed to happen in 2024, but there's supposed to be some more gearing up towards, I guess, this summer. But so far, um, honestly, I think I more enjoy like the R&B one where it kind of like leveled out. I think it was Erica Badu versus like Jill Scott. I
Oh,
like
okay.
that one. The hip hop ones, I wasn't really. I know they did Dog versus Dog. It was Snoop Dogg versus DMX. RP to DMX. That was a good one. That was
Yeah,
a
that one. Yeah,
that was a good one. Of course, classic Gucci Mane and
and Jeezy.
Young Jeezy or just Jeezy now. That was a timeless classic one that needed to happen.
Oh yeah,
That needed to happen. I definitely love that one. I would say that's probably my favorite right there.
yeah.
Because to see those brothers finally like I ain't gonna say squash it, but they can be in the same room and at the end of the day, whatever happened in the past, they let you know money ain't no telling what they. I'm pretty sure they got at least at minimum after everybody getting paid at minimum they showed up there for $1 million a piece
Oh yeah.
minimum minimum
Yeah.
for that one because it's there's real depths behind that one.
Wow. Yeah.
I like the Locks versus
Yeah.
Dipset. That
That's
was
my, that's my favorite one. The Lock
that's
versus
your favorite?
Dipset. That was a real
Because
verse.
they
Yeah.
counted the Locks, they had them as the underdog,
That was a real one right there. Cameron came
but
out there and said, "I got my gun on me just in case anybody was trip." Cameron, like, that
it
was a
went
real
down.
one.
It went down
Oh,
how exactly how if we was to freestyle it, that's how we pictured it.
that was what Harlem versus Yonkers.
Yeah, but I like Jadakiss though because he came out like in battle mode and he
Oh,
shows you
that
why
was
he's
the mighty D block.
yeah he shows you why he's the lyrically. See that's the thing with old hip hop. Lyrically, you can't. You know what I'm saying? And rumors is he's also one of those artists that don't write along because he learned that from Big.
Mm-hmm.
Little Wayne don't write. Sometimes it shows. Uh, Jay-Z doesn't write. Just fun fact. And to be honest, I could doing this YouTube stuff too. I can see why you really, if you what you can write some stuff, but it is definitely going to be more time consuming if you're trying to put out your music quickly and you got to appeal to your audience and they're waiting for the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, but that's where Jadakiss took over with that whole, Dipset. But overall, it was still great, entertaining wise.
Oh yeah.
I think there was like Omarion versus I forgot who he was versus.
Those are like the Mario and Ray J.
Yeah, he did Mario. Yeah, and then Ray J and somebody else did like they opened up for him, so to speak. I ain't touching on Ray J tonight because I already know how that goes with me and you. I'm not going there. Not going there at all. I don't want to talk about it. Let me hit the chat real quick, and then we're gonna close things out for tonight, man. This has definitely been a great one all the way around. Um, let's see. Mike Pango says, no matter what it is, I think. Yeah, I read that one. Says Diddy once read that one. Mike Pango. I mean Michael. I think that's the last one I read. Man with the Kick says the only one that's not complaining is French Montana. Diddy definitely the king of the remix. Mike Pango says the problem is that the Diddy brand also benefits from all of this. Other record labels, brands is the artist. Other record labels are not launching clothing lines and vodkas and colognes. I think they try to do it, but it just don't never reach Diddy level. Like the Ciroc band, another level. Sean John, I think it's been up and down. I don't think nobody really rocks anymore. But I mean, I can see where you're coming with that, Mike Pango. But they definitely do other like spin-offs too. But I think they still get a cut. Nowadays, they're gonna get a cut off of it. That's probably why a lot of artists you don't see drop a whole like got a clothing line. It used to be like that's what it is. That was gonna be the thing if you were a major artist. But now they don't even really do that. Men of the Kick says Diddy got the W on the verses. I would like to still see it though, personally.
Yeah.
It still would be entertainment wise. Even I will say this: I think Jermaine Dupri gonna shock us. Point blank. Period. That's where I'm at with it. I'm not saying Diddy not gonna win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy didn't play his cards right. Which I will. Don't give Diddy this credit too. Diddy, when he all in on something, he it's got to be right. So I mean, remember that time he fell through the damn stage and came up and kept still performing?
Oh yeah.
Fell through. That's what I'm saying, man. I gotta get. Hey, keep it 100 though. While he may have screwed a lot of people in the past, allegedly, he still worked hard though.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've been trying to get you to see. He still worked hard. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna take that away from him. You know, he did his thing.
Yeah, Mike Pango says Locks versus Dipset was my fave. That shit was so good. Michael says Diddy signed MGK. He keeps taking L's. He came out swinging, but I mean, every artist they already probably anticipate when they gonna. I don't think they expect no more than 3 successful albums. Hell, they probably may not expect no more than 1 successful album for them. But I think at best, that's why they signed the average one of them, to the best of my knowledge, to a 5 record deal. They know for a fact that they may give us 3 good albums, but them last 2 gonna suck so damn bad to the point where we back in the W. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, and that's just how I look at it. But other than that, man, this has been a great one. We've been on a joint for an hour and 31 minutes. Y'all smash the like button. Sub up to the channel. We're definitely going to talk more Bad Boy in the future. As far as we're going to spread out, we're going to branch out on like different artists on this joint because there's so many different areas we can take of this with Diddy. But I did want to finally get this topic out in the open because me and Dunks have had this discussion on and off live, on and off in our personal like conversation in general. Me and Dunks just be chilling, and then something will spark the conversation, and next thing you know, me and Dunks we're going back and forth for over an hour. Granted, this one didn't get as heated as I thought me and Dunks.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I thought it would too. I thought it would get much more, but you know.
No, this is my thing. You know, like I think you see where I'm coming from, but I think also I see where you're coming from too. I play devil's advocate, but at the same time, I felt like we both understood where we both was coming from, so it didn't get to that point. And to keep it 100, me and you have talked about this topic probably before I even was on YouTube. Me and Dunks have had this conversation back and forth. So it was just something finally to put it up on live, man. But we've been on this joint. We will be back on Wednesday with another Sold Out Live, another Sold Out podcast. Me and Dunks got to get the Spotify situation back up and updated, which is going to take some time.
Oh, yeah.
Most definitely. But other than that, we will be back on Wednesday. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all smash the like button, sub to the channel. If you like content about sneakers, you're in the right place. Of course, this is Music Monday. I am Jeremy Jones, and we will be back on Wednesday, and I'm going to let Dunks take us out.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us, man. This was a good one. Like Polo said, it's something that we've always, talked about and danced around the subject. We never really just got to break it down with each other and for everybody. But yeah, honestly, like he said, I thought it was gonna get a little more heated than it did. Didn't. I think he understands, everything too. He sees it. It just as like I see, the good that he did. But yeah, everybody knows, at this point, there's really no good contracts you can sign, and that's with music or anything, honestly, you're gonna be, and that's down to your cell phone. You're gonna be locked into some kind of contract, but yeah, man, we're all good though, I guess. So yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of your Memorial Day. We're back at it tomorrow. I know I am. So yeah, but like Polo said, we'll see you guys on Wednesday, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and see you guys then.
Most definitely, man. We're officially out this thing, man. Peace.
Peace.
My God. Let's do the song. Designer would come and she pop his head. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them dollars, she coming with me. She ain't gon' waste no time. She and Birkin, she on the shit. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Rolex studded with stones and flooded gym.
Unorthodox speak.
She ain't gon' waste no time. 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 She ain't gon' waste nothing. Rolex is steady, the stones and gems. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on that shit. And she ain't gon' waste no. On the road, she gon' get it. Duffel bag, she come equipped. Fully loaded and extended. She ain't gon' wait no time. Pulling out the lot and it brand new. The bag on the arm cost a whip too. Half flip to the side, nails done too. Feet gon' match, little baby so cute. Ooh, she ain't gon' waste. Pull up in the wood, speed race. Drop the top, hop in, let me chase. Girl like to play tag with you, it's basic. You come through. Designer on you like a view. Girl, if it's a secret, I'm immune. With the heavens up above from you. Designer with commas, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' wait no time. You got them dollars, she comin' with. She ain't gon' wait no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no time. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' wait no time. 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 Nah, she ain't gon' waste no. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' waste no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' waste no.
Get that ass a round of applause, she bought it. She gon' wear a crown, hard to say that she got it. She gon' shake that ass for the hustlers and the ballers. Shout out to her cousin and the friends, they taught her. She got her degree like her granny and her mama. Fuck them little niggas, you don't want me, you don't need them. Don't trust the white man, they all just greedy. Don't trust these bitches, still gossip your secrets. Lips stay wet like a string she licking. You got a big bag where her bag is deeper. Give a nigga chills like Jeepers Creepers. Eyes wide shut, but shorty still creeping. Big Draco with a drum she keepin'. Big Draco with a drum she get that ass around with her.
Designer with commas, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them commas, she comin' with. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on the shit. And she ain't gon' waste no time. The Rolex is flooded with stones and gems. My God. It's on it. Let's do the stones. Nene and Birkin, designer with commas, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' waste no time. If you got them dollars, she comin' with. She ain't gon' waste no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on the shit. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Rolex studded with stones and flooded gems.
Unorthodox speak.
She ain't gon' waste no time. 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 She ain't gon' waste nothing. Rolex is steady with stones and gems. And she ain't gon' waste no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on that shit. And she ain't gon' waste no. On the road, she gon' get it. Duffel bag, she come equipped. Fully loaded and extended. She ain't gon' wait no time. Pulling out the lot and it brand new. The bag on the arm cost a whip too. Half flip to the side, nails done too. Feet gon' match, little baby so cute. Ooh, she ain't gon' waste. Pull up in the wood, speed race. Drop the top, hop in, let me chase. Girl like to play tag with you, it's basic. You come through. Designer on you like a view. Girl, if it's a secret, I'm immune. With the heavens up above from you. Designer with commas, she poppin' tags. And she ain't gon' wait no time. You got them dollars, she comin' with. She ain't gon' wait no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no time. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' wait no time. 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 Nah, she ain't gon' waste no. Rolex studded with stones and precious gems. She ain't gon' waste no time. Sinead and Birkin, she on the shit. She ain't gon' wait no.
Get that ass around.